You've seen the brutal cold temperatures come across much of the country already, dumping tremendous amounts of snow and ice and everything else. You've seen all that. Well, winter could be a lot worse than you realize. Let me tell you why. An ACE forecaster says it's going to get a lot worse. Joe Bastardi, looking ahead at the winter weather over the coming weeks across the globe, says, hey, it's going to be cold. I follow here in Germany is that he doesn't rely solely on the so-called ensemble models to make his longer-term forecasts, but goes way back into the archives and searches for similar patterns that took place even decades ago in order to better discern which way the weather is likely to turn in the weeks ahead. So guess what? Here's what he's saying. He said that it's going to be brutally cold across the United States and Europe, the Northern Hemisphere. Very concerned about coming cold. In his latest forecast, he again makes use of the analog years to forecast weeks ahead. A forecast he made some 2 weeks ago warning that early December will likely turn very cold in Europe, which it did, and in the United States, which it did. Said it long before anyone else, basing it on weather patterns seen over the several decades. He uses experience to predict what's really going to happen. And now, more forecasts of very cold, extreme weather, which is going to be a real problem not only for people in the U.S., but around the globe. He's been very good at this, by the way, Joe Bastardi. Mark my word, if this kind of cold shows up that we've been setting up since the end of summer, and it looks like at least it has merit to consider, there's going to be a blaming on climate change because of the blocking that caused it. Right. Many countries are not going to have sufficient energy to meet the forecast cold challenges. Something inexcusable, he writes in 2022, and I wholeheartedly agree with. If you don't have energy in 2022 and you're a developed nation like Germany or France or the United States, there is no excuse for you. You have done it to yourselves.